Who am I? Where did I come from? What am I doing here?
My father always told me I was wasting my time listening to them old records on the radio. I said, but it sounds good. I like it. He said, it's going to keep you from making a living. He said, you'll never do any good so long as you got that music on your mind. I remember was drinking when I was very small. Terrible abuse my mother suffered. Screaming fights that would wake me up early in the morning. It's strange that my dad never hit me a lick. On the other hand, he never hugged us. He never ever came close to even telling us he loved us. Never once. My big brother, Jack, he'd love to hear me sing. He told me that I was supposed to do that with my life. Jack was my best friend and my big buddy, my protector, my mentor. I really admired him. It was May 12, 1944, on a Saturday morning. Jack and I would always go fishing together. I said, go fishing with me, and he said, no, I gotta work, we need the money. And he had a job cutting oak trees. I just remember my mother telling him, you seem like you don't feel like you should go. And he said, I don't, I feel like something's gonna happen. And she said, please don't go, and I said, go fishing with me, let's go fishing. And he kept saying, I've got to go to work. And I went on down toward the fishing hole. Here comes my father in the car with a preacher. I knew something was really bad wrong. Daddy took a bloody brown sack. He pulled Jack's clothes out of that bag and showed me where the table saw had cut him from his ribs down all through his stomach. And that was the first time I ever saw my dad cry. And he said, come on into his room, let's say goodbye to him. My mother was right at the head of his bed. And Jack got calm. And he looked around and he said, I'm glad you're all here. And he closed his eyes and he said, it's a beautiful river. It's going two ways. He said, oh, Mama, can't you see it? No, son, I can't see it. Well, can you hear the angels? And she said, no, I can't hear the angels. Tears came out of his eyes. He said, I wish you could. They're so beautiful. And what a beautiful place that I'm going. There are a lot of memories that I have purged and discarded and promised to never bring them back up again. Times of hurt and pain. I'll never forget those songs for Jack's funeral. It gave me a lift, the spirit and the power that I felt. I've always felt that I'm supposed to sing those gospel songs.
Oh Lord my God, when I in awesome wonder consider all.
There was always a religious and spiritual bent to Johnny's presentation. That was the integral part of how he saw himself.
If you look at the set list of Folsom Prison, the songs showed what he went through in his life.
Folsom was connected to the most important things in his life, both loss and salvation.
Sings my soul, my Savior God to thee.
You always got the feeling that my dad was trying to get away from pain. He worked out his deepest problems on the stage with an audience.
The Folsom Prison album, to me, it's always had a redemptive quality in its narrative. The religious overtones, that's very much part of John's brother passing away. John decides to go toward the music and the light. At a young age, John accessed that pathway for inspiration and works of art.
Music was spiritual to him. It was the place he turned in the darkest moments of his life. It came from songs they sang in church and the songs they sang in the field.
I would start off in the morning singing hillbilly songs. By mid-afternoon, I was into gospel, and my brothers and sisters would be singing along with me.
I sang those old gospel songs for my mother, and she said, "Is that you?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am." And she came over and put her arms around me and said, I was going to leave the farm and do well in life.